you confirm if you're agitated, you're looking good, undergoing therapy, skin, chronic jaundice, respiratory lung sounds, clear auscultation, bilateral, grunting, flaring, or retractions, cardiovascular, regular rate and rhythm, no murmur, auscultated, abdomen, positive bowel sounds, soft, not tender, not distended, no hospital measures. Extremities, 2 plus femoral pulses, warm, well diffused, does not move right extremity at the level of the shoulder, asymmetric neurologic, normal tone throughout. Agitation appears related to pain secondary to right clavicle fracture. Assessment and plan. This is a full-term infant with no AVO incompatibility, found to have worsening jaundice and aggravated anemia by day of life number 4, requiring intensive phototherapy. 1, respiratory cardiovascular, stable on room air, will monitor on cardiovascular monitor. Fluids, electrolytes, and nutrition. Will feed formula ad lib. Encourage frequent feedings. Hematologic, place infant under intense phototherapy secondary to hyperbilirubinemia. We'll check initial bilirubin 6 hours after initiation of phototherapy. If this level is decreasing, we'll continue phototherapy for the next 12 hours and we'll repeat bilirubin level tomorrow. Musculoskeletal history of right clavicular fracture after shoulder dystocia at delivery. We'll attempt to keep right arm immobilized. Tylenol PRN for pain. This includes the physical for baby, boy, Jackin, medical reference number 51416.
Now, I heard you like that. I didn't know that was about him. Now, is there anything we should really be concerned with? What was the APOD score? I just looked that up online. Now, what does that reflect?
It reflects basically how vigorous the baby is at the time of birth.
Mm-hmm. His was low, correct?
Initially, yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't really know. It was very difficult to get him out, as you know. He was
Yeah.
stuck, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's common when that happens.
Okay.
It's usually when babies have what they call shoulder dystocia. It's from they usually come out pretty shocked. They're kind of just, they don't really know what just happened to them, and then
Right.
if you give them a little stimulation, a few breaths, they come right around.
Isn't it better that he didn't hit a breath initially upon delivery opposed with
Of the meconium?
yeah, since
Yes,
he had
absolutely. They didn't stimulate him right away because they didn't want him to breathe the meconium down into his lungs. So first they intubated and suctioned him, then they tried to
get
stimulate
him to
him.
breathe.
So the meconium, not stimulating him initially and being a little bit stunned when he first came out because of the shoulder dystocia, that was very common for the
So
first
not
APGAR.
stimulating, does that mean he's not breathing at all? Would that
Initially, he
be a
wasn't breathing.
cutoff of oxygen? Would that be
No, because
not
it was so brief, very brief.
okay?
Like within 30 seconds or something.
Because I know they did the abdominal cord test,
Yes, and that
and they
was
said
good.
that was good.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not that it happened the way you wanted it to, because we would obviously prefer for everyone just to come out really easily and be screaming right away and no meconium or anything like that. But everything went as well as it could be, given that there were a couple roadblocks, basically.
Now, is there a different procedure or practice if there's meconium in the system, like where is it signed for C-section and the baby being under distress, the monitor, it all depends?
Well, meconium, in addition to other things, like if his heart rate was dropping repeatedly or something
It was.
like that, then no, it was not. But if it was, then you would do a
It
C-section.
was, it didn't? I mean, they came in the room like 3 times on different occasions, running back and forth.
They were watching very closely. And then I think, at the end, you don't know that there's going to be a shoulder dystocia until...
Right, I understand that part.
Yeah.
But you're saying as far as the heart rate dropping, I know that they were concerned with it, and they came in the room on 3 different occasions because of the monitor going so low. Whereas in the end, they actually went in and put the things on his head because they was getting reading.
So partially it's because there's meconium, because the part of the reason a baby might have meconium is if they're in a little bit of distress.
Mm-hmm.
But they watched that rhythm strip with his heart rate on it.
Mm-hmm.
Those nurses upstairs, they watched that thing like a hawk.
Right.
If they thought there was something repeatedly wrong with it, they would have done a C-section. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you
They
think
did not.
even with them coming in on 3 different occasions
Yeah.
because of not having a rate or it really dropping or the complications from the potassium, that even that still was not enough, you're saying?
Right.
It should have been even more than that needed to happen?
Yeah, maybe they weren't happening frequently enough, or maybe sometimes that monitor isn't in a good position. And they
Right, I know they try to reposition
yeah,
her,
so,
maybe.
I don't even know what they were reading on that,
The
but
real-
they're pretty
Okay.
closely watching
All right,
that thing.
yeah.
And they don't hesitate. If they think the baby needs to be born by C-section because of distress,
Mm-hmm.
they do it right away. They don't mess around with that because nobody wants a baby that's sick.
All right. Well, I know they was concerned with the C-section because later on it was discussed. You know, I asked thousands of questions.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying something about her weight. They was afraid that her weight and her recovery and not want to damage the uterus. So I'm figuring they just kind of, because we never was talked about or had any options or the dangers of it. But it seems that they had made the decision themselves at all costs, don't do a C-section unless. I mean, this is what Carrie, the midwives, and all of them was telling me.
Yeah.
After it.
They always weigh risks and benefits of a surgery like that, but they're not. If they thought the baby was in trouble, they're not going to mess around.
All right.
Honestly.
All right.
They really aren't. Because everyone wants a baby.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
Yes, we want moms to be healthy, but
Yeah.
if the baby's not healthy, nobody's.
All right. Yeah, I know.
So. All right.
Okay.
We'll talk to you in a little while.
All right. Thank you. Hope I got that on tape. They're trying to cover their ass now. That's what I believe. Look at this shit. They're trying to cover their fucking ass now. I'm doing my homework, so no matter what, we're gonna see what's gonna happen, man. I think it's more worse than they're telling me. I'm under the impression it's more worse than what they're telling me, man. Somebody's gonna have a problem with me. Forget a lawsuit. They're gonna have a problem with me if something happens with this baby. I promise you that. He better recover. I still find they're fucking at fault for this, man. This is impossible, man. Hey, baby Jay. Hi, sir. I love you. It's okay. When you go in the bathroom. Okay, time to sign out, guys. That's enough of this.